It was during COVID, right? You guys broke some rule to be. What happened?
We didn't break the rules, but it was basically like set up. It was we went to Uganda.
Yeah.
I had a show in Uganda.
This was during COVID.
It was during the COVID year, but they had opened things up.
Got it.
They had just had like a rally in Uganda and people were going out.
Yeah.
It wasn't on lockdown, but it was just like the aftermath. It was just after like they had opened stuff up.
How could they arrest you then, huh?
And the organizers said they had the permits. They sent us the permits. Everything was cool. And we went there and there was this particular artist. I'm not sure now what his role was, but he was just basically threatening Nigerian artists that they shouldn't, come. And after the show, the police came. They weren't in uniforms. They just knocked on my hotel door. We were eating lunch or dinner, my manager and I, and they just came and said we should follow them. And my manager was like, okay, he'll go with them. So he went with them, but they came back upstairs to pick me up. So it was like, who called them? So later on, I just found that there was some like
something weird. That's scary though.
That was so scary. Like I spent like 2 nights in prison.
In prison in Uganda. That's horrifying.
I thought I wasn't gonna come out. I thought like that was gonna be maybe I was seeing this for a reason. Like maybe this is for me to help these people in this prison. Like it was crazy. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what you were thinking. You were already settling in.
No. I was settling in because for me, I adapt real quick. And as I was walking in, I started to cry because I was thinking they gave me my uniform. The uniform stunk. Oh. And they don't wash it.
And you like an outfit too. You was like,
I mean, this is after. This new swag of mine is after I did that. Cause before I was calm with my dressing. After I was like, nah, I'm gonna wear anything I want.
So that changed you. That changed how you
really did. Yeah. It made me stop caring about so many things because there's so many. All the women in there, they were there for nothing. Oh, my husband and I had a fight. He called the police on me. Oh, my brother didn't want me to inherit the land, so he called the police and he's paying them to keep me in prison.
So you were in there building with the women that was inside. Like,
I mean, it was a small room. It's a room maybe as big as this, and there's nothing. It's a floor with they give you a blanket, they give you tissue, and you're just on the floor. And
no bed?
No bed.
Wow.
No, nothing.
And you're there 2 days?
Yep.
Do you know for sure you're going to get out?
No, I didn't. I didn't know. I didn't have any ears on ground. Nobody told me anything. Outside people were like free Tems and free Omale, but, inside I was just hopeful, I was just
waiting. There's no my phone call. Can I make a call?
There's no calls.
That's crazy.
There's no calls. You can't make a phone call. That's money. Yeah. And it's Uganda in Africa. So it's different. It's different out there.
Yeah.
So the best thing you can do is, I don't know how long I'm going to be here. I might as well make friends. There's always a leader of there's always someone in charge of the girls.
You try to find the boss while you were inside?
They found me because it's a small room, Once I walked in, everybody just turned and looked at me and, everybody was whispering. They don't speak English. Yeah. Like a lot of them don't speak English. So they're just looking at me and I was like, God, what have I done? I can't cry. And I just started winking. I would see people looking at me so intensely, and I just started winking.
That was your trick.
That was my way of adapting. That was my way of,
wow.
You know what? I must show these people I'm confident. Yes. I must show them that actually you're not doing anything to me.
Yeah.
So I started winking. I was like, hi. I started being extra. Hi, hello. yeah, I see you. You. Yeah. I see
you work in the room.
They started laughing. They were like, who is this person? I made such a noise. I was so confident. I just walked in. I just started winking at everybody. I sat down in my corner and I just started people point at me. I'll point at them too and wink at them. and I would like blow like kisses. And then the leader of the person that's in charge of the girl, she came to me and she was like, okay, so this is my name. I've forgotten her name and I shouldn't have. And she was just like, these are the rules. Like, everybody has to abide by them. If you don't, they lock you up. There's this toilet stall where they lock you for days without food, without water. They just, every evening, they'll be pouring water on you. They just lock you in the stall. Like, if you like, you have to kneel down if you're walking. You can't stand up unless you're going to the bathroom. You have to kneel down to talk to any officer, anybody. You must kneel down to speak to them. You cannot speak to them face to face. You have to kneel down. They do a search every morning. You eat only once, and you eat porridge.
Oh my God!
You eat like porridge, like a rice porridge type thing. I didn't eat in prison, and I was sipping water. I'll pour water like in a cup and sip it. That's what I was doing for 2 days. Like,
you must have been how did you get out? So they came and told you.
So
you must
we got
have been
out
so
too
happy.
diplomatic. Like, my manager's dad had to go to Abuja to meet the president. He had to,
this is crazy.
Like, everybody was calling Uganda, the Ugandan president. He knew about it. It was, and then they just kind of like the day after, 2 days after, they just one day in the evening before they closed, they just said, oh yeah, come.
And they got you
and
out.
Then I was carrying a child, because the women have their babies in prison, obviously, because nobody's good, so their babies. So I was taking care of a child. We were playing, and I was even going to carry the child out, because you have playtime. So I said, no, I should drop the child
on the floor.
No, with her mom, that I'm not coming back here.
Oh.
So I was like, oh, okay, everybody, bye. And that was,
oh my God, those poor women are still.
That was the saddest. I'd still kept in contact with some of them after.
Yeah.
But it's hard as well, because there's some that I don't know where they are. I know all of them are out now. The ones I spoke to, including the person that was in charge of the girls, she's out too.
Wow. That is a traumatic experience.
That was crazy. I think after that, I stopped caring too much about what people think.
They say everything happens for a reason.
It does.
Even though, sometimes you be like, why?
It does.
But it usually shows sometime, at some point.
I remember them, though. It gives me context. Every time I'm enjoying water, every time I'm enjoying a bed. I remember when I came out and I saw a bed, I said, wow, this bed, people don't have bed. People don't have a bed to sleep on. They're sleeping on the floor. Bare.
When was this? How long ago was
this? This was in 2020.
Yeah.